Hello friends, my name is Sampath. Welcome to our Gardener English channel. In this video, I would like to show you how to grow methi from seeds, and I would like to show you from day 1 till the time we harvest with complete details. I hope you would like watching this video, so watch it without skipping. Growing methi is the easiest thing that anybody can do. For beginners, I would suggest grow methi first, then move on to the other vegetables. So for growing methi, you don't really need any fancy containers. You don't have to spend a lot in order to grow methi. Seeds anyway available in your kitchen, you can try with it, and you can use anything like, I used a bottle, cool drink bottle, so you can use the same, or any cheap quality tub which is maybe useless in your kitchen. You can use it for growing methi. Without wasting much time, let's see how to sow the seeds. For the potting mix, I'm using 40% of cow dung manure, which I prepared it from cow dung cakes. Maybe if needed, I'll cover it in the coming videos. If you do not have cow dung manure, maybe you can use vermicompost as well, which works similarly, but this gives better results. 40% is cow dung manure, 40% is coco peat, and 15% of garden soil. This we can buy from any nearby nursery, and 5% of neem cake powder. Alright, now we need to mix everything together. For beginners, if you do not have coco peat, cow dung manure, vermicompost, etc., you can simply try with garden soil. Bringing the soil from nursery to my terrace is biggest challenge for me. Of course, for every urban gardener, that's one of the biggest challenges. So most of the times I prefer coco peat, and coco peat may not contain all the nutrients that plant need. Of course, it's just a medium, it doesn't contain any nutrients, so we need to add nutrients to coco peat in form of cow dung manure or vermicompost. Once you try it, you can experiment with different kinds of potting mixes. You don't really have to follow only this method all the time, right? Our potting mix is ready. Now it's time to sow the seeds. A container which is having 3 to 4 inches of depth is more than enough for growing methi. Make sure that the container you are using to grow methi is having enough number of drain holes at the bottom, and to cover the drain holes I'm using sawdust, nothing but wood chips. So when I pour water into the container, the excess water would get drained out easily. The soil would remain moist but not soggy. I'm following the same method for all the containers. So bottom half-inch layer with sawdust, and then filling the bottom mix inside the pots. Press the soil with your hand to make an even surface. I'll be repeating it for all the containers. This is how fenugreek or methi seeds would look like. Sprinkle the seeds on the surface of the soil and make sure the seeds are not too dense. This is actually the second time I'm sowing the seeds because the first clip that I took before was deleted somehow. So most of the times the seeds that we use in our kitchen, the fenugreek methi seeds that we use in our kitchen, would germinate well. Sometimes if the seeds are too old, they may not germinate. For seeds, you may contact my seed suppliers. He'll be able to deliver seeds all over India through India Post. Seeds would germinate faster if you sow soaked seeds, which means you soak the seeds overnight and the next day you sow the seeds the way that I've just shown, and you would see faster germination. Methi seeds would approximately take 4 to 5 days to germinate. Now cover the seeds with a thin layer of potting mix or coco peat. Make sure you are only covering the seeds, not burying them completely. Water the containers with a shower, and if you notice any seeds are exposed, then cover the exposed seeds with a thin layer of potting mix again. Till you notice the germination of the seeds, we can keep the containers in a semi-shaded area where containers would get approximately 1 to 2 hours of sunlight. And do not forget to water the containers every day. This is second day after sowing the seeds. I could see few seeds are already sprouted. You can see the sprouts. Let me take out few. Yep. So this is how the seed is just sprouted. It will take more 1 or 2 days to germinate. So I'm covering it with the soil again, so that the seeds won't expose anymore. When you think the soil is too dry, please do water it. Watering it once a day is more than enough, but if it is too sunny, then maybe we should water twice. This is fourth day after sowing the seeds, and while watering it, please be careful. This is fifth day after sowing the seeds, and I'm watering again. Parts are in a place where they get about 1 to 2 hours of direct sunlight. This is sixth day after sowing the seeds. Now it's time to move the containers to an area where the containers would get approximately 3 hours of direct sunlight. This is how the seedlings are looking on day 7. Looking like a mini forest already. Try to protect the seedlings from birds. This is how our methi looks on 10th day. Most of the times I harvest methi at this stage itself. I don't let it grow further. At least for me, it tastes better only at this stage. Harvesting methi is not a big task. You can use a scissors and then trim the top layer. I mean, trim till this part. Excluding the root, you just trim the rest of the area, and you can use it in your curries and salads. See how fresh it looks. We don't have to struggle a lot to grow methi. It's so easy, so simple. It feels so satisfying when you harvest the greens that you grow in your garden and use them in your curries and cooking. That gives so much pleasure and happiness. It feels so satisfying. And this methi, it looks so good, and I can feel the aroma of fenugreek. It goes really well with tomato. We most likely cook it with tomato curry, or even with fish. It tastes amazing. After harvesting methi, it won't regrow. So what you need to do, you have to sow seeds again. So you can take out the roots that are left out in the part, and then mix some manure like vermicompost or cow dung manure in the same potting mix, and use it again, sow seeds, and it will regrow. You can use the same soil for multiple times. Just need to mix handful of compost or manure in it. That's it. Most of the times I get complaints from our followers saying that they are not able to grow methi successfully, and either it's just germinating and falling off, or the seeds are not germinating at all. Most common reasons could be not providing sufficient drainage holes. Water shouldn't get stagnated at the bottom. I mean, the soil shouldn't be soggy, but it should be moist enough. So if you don't make drain holes at the bottom, water will get stagnant, and then soil may look soggy, and then roots will be rotten, and then you don't see any growth, and seedlings will be leggy. One more reason could be quality of the seeds. If we are using seeds from our kitchen, most of the times we get succeeded, but sometimes if the seeds are too old, then they may not germinate, and you might see fungus on the top layer after 1 or 2 days after sowing the seeds. Most importantly, you should know how to water your seedlings. So they are very delicate, they are very tiny, so you should be very careful while watering. And you shouldn't water seedlings every time. I mean, you should water it once or twice a day, not more than that. Beginners, we tend to water our plants every time we see them, right? So that's one of the biggest mistake that we shouldn't be doing. So when you're watering methi, you just drop few few droplets of water with your hand, or use a shower which may not put so much pressure on the seedlings. Methi seeds usually take 4 to 5 days to germinate, so till that time you can keep your containers in a place where they, you can keep them in shady area as well. They will still germinate, but after you see seeds are germinating, you should be keeping the containers in an area where you get at least 2 to 3 hours of direct sunlight. So if seedlings won't get direct sunlight, then they will grow tall and then fall off. They'll really look leggy. If you enjoy watching this video, please do like it and share it with your friends and family members. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and hit the bell icon next to it, so that you won't be missing any video that I'll be uploading. And thank you so much for watching this video. I'll definitely catch up with you in the other video. Bye bye.